Welcome to another episode of Battle Axe, coming to you from the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque. As always, I'm Joey Danya, alongside Bobby Bradford. It is a 7-week regular season leading up to a double elimination postseason tournament. And if you're new to the program, we'll give you a quick rundown of the rules of Battle Axe. All of the rings moving inward towards the bullseye, they're worth 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 points, and then the bullseye is worth 6 points. Then on the outermost ring at the top there, that small blue dot, that's worth 8 points. It's what's called a kill shot. A player can go for it at any point in the match. If they get it, they get 8 points. If they miss it, they get no points. They can go for it twice. There's what everyone's competing for, Bobby. It's the Battle Axe Championship belt.
Of course, Joey, the Battle Axe Championship belt, the thing that everyone is striving to get and take home. Currently, Matt, the Magic Man Bradshaw, is holding the belt, but we know we have a number of great competitors that can take it from him, and excited to see who's going to give him a run for his money.
It takes my breath away every time I see this thing. It is absolutely beautiful.
It's always good to see what everyone's fighting for.
Well, let's take a look at the current standings here on Battle Axe. It is Chris D'Onofrio leading the way. He's a perfect 8-0 after the first 2 weeks of the regular season, averaging 56.6 points per game, Bobby.
Yeah, it's impressive to see Chris there at the top of the rankings here, but not far behind him is Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw at 7-1, followed by Casey Nines, Hannah Brussel, Cody Yoakum, Stephanie Prine, Sarah Murray, Eric Shizzle, Everett Shore, and Haley Shore.
Alrighty, that is your top 10. Time now to get it on. It's Casey Laser Wolf Nines taking on Everett Shore. This should be a fun one, Bobby.
Well, excited for this matchup, Joey. We've seen Everett be really aggressive with the kill shots so far to start the season. Haven't seen that from Casey, though, and excited to see maybe if we'll see some kill shots from Casey Laser Wolf Nines this match.
Well, a nice start there for Laser Wolf. Looks like it's a 5, and indeed it is. So Casey Nines out to the early lead over Everett Shore. Nines off to a 6-2 start this season.
Yeah, really nice, impressive start there for Casey Laser Wolf Nines. And as for Everett, you see the 1-7 record, but we all know he can throw up points with the best of them, so that record is not indicative of the caliber thrower that Everett, Mr. Kill Shore, is.
Well, Jenny gives the thumbs up. It's a bullseye for Everett Shore. She's going to go see if Laser Wolf has a bullseye, but it's a 5 for Casey Nines. So just like that, we're all tied up at 10.
Yeah, so Everett doing a nice job of calibrating his throw and making the correction to move his throw from a 4 to a 6 and tie up this match. Looks like that could be a 5 popping through on the top part of the blade there for Laser Wolf, but ruled a 4, so falls down by 1 point.
Just missed the 5. You just have to have any part of that axe
popping through on both sides of that wood there, Joey. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Everett doing a nice job, a nice consistent 5 there. There's a good throw there from Laser Wolf. Ooh, almost a carbon copy throw there, Joey.
Well, these guys are off to a nice start here in week number 3. It's a 1-point lead for Everett Shore after the first 4 throws.
Yeah, so Casey, of course, doing a really nice job to start the season from eliminating those 4s from his matchup. As you can see, he's starting that transition, Joey. He's starting to go from that vortex that we always kind of get trapped in a little bit to starting to move in that 5 and 6 ring really consistently. So we got a 1-point game going into the turn.
Couple of bullseyes from Nines and Shore on their 5th throw. They'll switch sides, and we're set to go here for the second half.
Nice throw there by Casey. So both players doing a really nice job of finding their rhythm, finding their throw. Looks like that could be a bullseye there from Mr. Kill.
Well, Mr. Kill is heating up. Back-to-back bullseyes. He's got a 2-point lead and a shot at a unicorn on his 7th throw here. You talked about how he's kind of getting out of the vortex. He's shown this kind of potential throughout his career, and it's starting to pay off here.
Absolutely. It's a really close throw there by Laser Wolf. That could be a 4 there for him. But as you can see, Joey, not far off from that 5. I mean, that's just a matter of millimeters there for Laser Wolf. But as it stands, he's down by 3 with a couple throws to go.
Yeah, we've said it many times. This game can really be a game of millimeters.
Yeah, really nice 5 there. Very close to being a bullseye. But even closer, not to be outdone, is Mr. Kill. He has a bullseye there. So, his 4th bullseye of the match. So, really impressive score here for Everett Mr. Sure Kill.
And 3 bullseyes in his last 4 throws. He's on fire right now, looking to put this one away and get the win over Casey Nines.
You see there, Casey missing to the left a little bit.
4 and 4.
Unfortunately, doesn't lose any ground, but doesn't gain any ground either. So with one throw to go, he needs some magic. Oh, look at that. And so
How about this? We're going to get a couple of kill shot attempts here. Laser Wolf
I love it.
getting aggressive, and Everett Shore says, I'll go for it as well.
Oh,
my goodness. Laser Wolf hits the kill shot. All the pressure on Mr. Kill, and he comes up just short.
Wow.
Wow, what a finish to this one. Casey Nines trailing by 4. He comes back to win it by 4 with a kill shot on his final throw.
Wow, so Casey Laserwolf Nines, we don't see him take a lot of kill shots, something we haven't seen from him throughout his axe throwing career, but of course down by whatever he was going into the 10th throw, decided to take that kill shot, and man, did it benefit him as well. So 51-47 over Everett. But even with Everett's 0 there on the 10th throw, you can see 47, really impressive round, a lot of bullseyes there, only one or a couple 4s there on his ticket. But yeah, great matchup, great way to start the axe throwing night here, Joey.
Absolutely, yeah. Despite that coming up just short there on that final kill shot for Everett Shore, this was a great round. A lot of momentum he can carry forward into the rest of this season. Here's Everett Shore on this matchup.
It was a real good game. Me and Casey were going at it. I was able to, feel my shot pretty good tonight so far. So I was, hitting a few bullseyes, and he was just a little bit off. So, we were going head to head. I was ahead by a couple points there right at the end. I knew I could have stayed down there on that 10th throw, and I could have hit the bullseye and pulled it out. But we were talking beforehand. He said he hit a few kill shots in practice, so I knew he's capable, and I know Casey. He might doubt himself sometimes, but he's always on his game when he wants to be. So I knew that he had the capability of hitting that kill shot. So I decided to just go up with him and make it fun and interesting, and I was just hair off on that kill shot, and so he took that first game. But I was a fun game. I was feeling my game pretty good, and those things happened, and but that's what the weeks of the season are for, and hopefully I can hit that kill shot at the end of the season and pull off the victory.
He didn't miss it by much. We are set to go for our next matchup, but before we do, we're going to throw it down to Stephanie Prine to get her thoughts on her throwing mentality.
When I start getting really serious and not having fun, then I don't throw well at all. So, I'm kind of my own worst enemy in my head. So I just try to, not take it so seriously.
It's such a mental game. Stephanie Prine ready to go here in week number 3. We're going to bring you her matchup right now. Eric the Scope Shizzle ready to take on Stephanie Prine. So Prine and Shizzle, touch tips of the axes for good sportsmanship. We're ready to go. Prine coming in at 6-2, Shizzle 4-4 on the year.
Absolutely, Stephanie with a really nice start to her season. Looks like that's a bullseye there for Eric and a 4 there for Stephanie. But to what Stephanie was saying in her interview, though, every player needs to find that comfort zone, Joey. So for Stephanie, she knows if she takes this a little too seriously, she can start pressing herself a little bit. Maybe doesn't have that, loose kind of joyful feeling that she needs to have to throw her axe to the best of ability. So nice self-analysis by Stephanie to find that out about herself.
As the legendary golfer Chubbs once said, it's all about finding your happy place.
You got to find your happy place.
And, everyone might have a different way of getting there. Maybe for a guy like the Magic Man Bradshaw, he's going to take this very seriously. Maybe for Stephanie Prine, it's not taking it quite as seriously, and that's how she gets to that happy place where she's comfortable getting into a rhythm, throwing every axe.
Well, and to your point, Joey, we've actually heard from Matt, the Magic Man Bradshaw, kind of talk about that, trying to find that happy place between taking it a little too seriously and then, just being relaxed and letting the axe do the work kind of thing. So it's something that every player has to deal with, and every player finds their happy place in different ways. So happy for Stephanie that she was able to find it for herself. So as you can see, Eric's got a fun meter button on right there. So he knows where his bread is buttered as well.
Well, he's off to a fun start here. He's got a 3-point lead after the first 4 throws. Stephanie Prine finally able to get out of the vortex there on her 4th throw. She picks up a point to get within 3.
Yeah, you can see Eric kind of dancing between those 6s and 4s, all averaging out to about a 5. So he's going to want to live in that 5 and 6 ring a little bit more. And for Stephanie, it's just those consistent throws. It's a really nice throw there. It looks like that's a bullseye.
5, Eric. Bullseye 7.
Indeed it is. A bullseye for Stephanie Prine, her first of the match, and that gets her within 2 heading into the second half.
Yeah, so they'll switch sides. Eric with a 2-point lead, but Stephanie right in this matchup here. Just have to find that consistent throw. Axe getting away from her, though, a little bit. That looks like it's a 4.
4-4.
But no ground gain, no ground loss, Joey. It's a 4 for the scope as well.
4 throws to go. 2-point lead for Eric Schizzle. Stephanie Prine with a little work to do here.
And for all competitors, as we've talked about before, Joey, it's finding that rhythm, finding that release point, finding that consistent release point. As you can see, Stephanie's missing that throw there. It's another 4, but it's in the same spot, so it's an adjustment that she can make within her throw. She knows that whatever she's doing, whatever mistake she's making, she's consistently making. So hopefully some adjustments mid-game can create more 5s and 6s for her in her game. Yeah, you can see almost the same spot there, Joey.
4 and 4.
Well, Eric, the Scope Shizzle, and Stephanie Prine stuck in the vortex right now. It remains a 2-point lead for Eric Shizzle. Just 2 throws to go.
Oh, and you just saw Eric. He's calling for the kill shot here. And I like this move. I like this move a lot there for the Scope. You know, he's up by 4. But it's a chance to work on it and not only come away with the victory. Oh, so very close. Missed it. Just a little too left on that one. But Stephanie's up by 3.
All right, last throw, Stephanie.
You have the kind of the option, Joe. You can go for the kill shot or you can just play the board. It looked like Eric's going to go for the kill shot here.
I like that call. You just
like
attempted it. You're familiar with it, and it gives you a shot at the win. Ooh.
We're going to have to get a closer
That's
look.
about as close as you can get.
Yep.
All right.
It's good.
Good game. 44
Eric the
Stephanie
Scope
to
Shizzle
45 Eric.
with ice in his veins
Wow.
just gets the kill shot to land. He takes down Stephanie Prine by the slimmest of margins, 45-44.
Yeah, so both competitors not throwing, the caliber game that they're used to. You know, Eric with a bullseye to start off the game and a bullseye on his 3rd throw. But too many 4s in the game. Kind of got stuck in that vortex, as we've said before, Joey. But really nice aggressive play of going for the kill shot on the 9th throw and the 10th throw, knowing that he kind of had some points to play with because even if he missed it on the 9th throw, he could still play the board or go for that kill shot. So since he missed on the 9th throw, he went for the kill shot, and he hit it by the slimmest of margins, but still counts, and comes out with a victory, 45-44.
Eric the Scope Shizzle, his 5th win of the year. We're just getting started here in week number 3 on Battle Axe. Much more action still to come. We'll bring it to you straight ahead here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe here at the Boston Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. It is week number 3 of the 7-week regular season leading up to the double elimination postseason tournament. We're off to an exciting start this week, and it's just getting started. A lot more action still to come. We're going to bring it to you right now here on Battle Axe. Nicole D'Onofrio ready to take on Hannah Happy Feet Brussel. So Brussel and D'Onofrio both coming in with records of 5 and 3. We'll see who comes out on top in this one.
Yeah, Nicole, in her first season of Battle Axe, not her first season of axe throwing, but her first season of Battle Axe, has come in really impressed, Joey. She's been a really consistent thrower, and she's given a lot of these competitors in this league a run for their money in every matchup she's been in.
Nicole is new to the league, but not new to axe throwing. She spends a lot of time throwing with her husband, Chris D'Onofrio. They've got a axe throwing range at home.
Yeah, so Hannah's talked about in leagues past about getting her throw back together, Joey. So she took some time off from axe throwing over the summer, but she's trying to find the feel of her throw, but doing a nice job of staying competitive in this game at 6 and a 5 to start the match. Not too shabby.
D'Onofrio throws her first bullseye of the match. That gets her within 1.
Yeah, so for each competitor doing a really nice job of kind of finding that 5 and 6 ring, Joey. Nicole finding that 4 ring, but not too far off from that 5 and 6. Just kind of trying to find that release point that's working for her.
Hannah Brussel out to a 2-point advantage after the first 3 throws here against Nicole D'Onofrio. Nice throw there from Happy Feet.
5 Hannah, 4 Nicole.
Yeah, so that axe definitely getting away from Nicole there. She's
All
lucky
right,
that was a
fifth
4,
round,
Joey.
Hannah's
That
up
was
by
very
3.
dangerously close to being a 3. So like we were talking about last week, missing north and south versus east and west, Joe, you definitely want to be missing north and south because you can kind of calibrate that a little easier. When you're missing left to right, east to west, you can kind of get yourself into some trouble that you don't really want to be in.
Well, another 5 from Hannah Brussel. She's really dialed in right now. And it's another 4 from D'Onofrio. So Brussel will take a 4-point lead into the second half.
Well, Joey, and this score is really indicative of how dangerous it is to live in that vortex, live in that four ring. Because when your opponent's throwing 5s and 6s, every time you throw a 4, they're just adding to their lead, and it just creates a larger deficit for you to get out of. So nice job by Hannah for being the aggressor. Unfortunately for her, she throws a 4 on her 6th throw. Let's see if she can get out of it.
That can happen sometimes. You get hot on one side, and then you switch sides and you lose it. But Hannah Brussel still stuck in that vortex right now. We'll see who can get out of it first. D'Onofrio is going to have to get out of it in a hurry if she wants to get the win here against Hannah Brussel. She's got a 4-point lead, just a few throws to go.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Nicole, she's been unable to capitalize on Hannah's fours that she's been throwing. So another important element of competing in Battle Axe here. When your opponent does make a mistake, you really want to capitalize on it. You don't want to just match points with them. But there's still within possibility for Nicole to come back in this game. We've seen her be aggressive with the kill shot before.
And of course, that is still in play. They can both go for a couple kill shots. They are on the 9th throw. So it's going to be a 6-point lead for Brussel after a bullseye from her on the 9th throw. Interested to see if D'Onofrio goes for a kill shot here.
Yeah, just a really ice in her veins throw there for Hannah. And as we just saw from Nicole, she's going for the kill shot. So not to be intimidated, Hannah Brussel's going to just play that board.
No guts, no glory.
Oh.
Ooh, and she comes up just short.
Wow. So even though the game was kind of out of hand, Joe, I really like the call. I mean, you're just getting used to going for that kill shot. If anything, you're showing your opponent that you're not intimidated by her, and you're going to do everything you can to put up the most points possible.
Absolutely. Well, a great round here from Hannah Brussel. Almost nothing but 5s and 6s, just a couple 4s peppered in there as well. She gets the win 49-39 to improve to 6-3 on the season.
Yeah, so just a nice, impressive round here for Hannah. She's kind of starting to live in that low 50s range. She wants to kind of move to the middle 50s range to elevate her game, but a nice showing there, a few 4s there. And then for Nicole, she just got stuck in that vortex. We've seen a number of competitors do it. Nice, aggressive kill shot attempt on the 10th throw. And another nice, impressive match here for Nicole.
Well, time now for our next match. Cody Yoakum going to take on Everett Shore. Earlier today, we saw Everett Shore in a thrilling matchup with Casey Nines. It all came down to the final shot, and Nines won it with a kill shot.
Yeah, and Joey, I always think that gives you an advantage going into playing your next opponent. When you start off your night and you have a really competitive matchup versus your opponent, you kind of get the juices flowing right away. It's one of those things where somebody like a Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw or Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio, when they're beating their opponents consistently, you can kind of get lulled in by your opponent if they start off the night with a close matchup and you're just kind of used to beating everyone all the time. They can come in a little more amped up than you are and can be very dangerous. So for a thrower like Everett Shore, it's to get a competitive matchup under his belt is really important.
And he started out red hot. Outside of that kill shot, it was a great round for Everett Shore. He came up just short on the kill shot that would have won it. He's carrying that momentum right into this matchup here against Cody Yoakum.
Yeah, you can really see it carrying over a 6, a 5, and a 5 to start the matchup. An impressive 3-point lead. And then for Cody, as we saw kind of in last week, I want him to be a little more aggressive with that kill shot. We've seen a number of competitors in Battle Axe, start to go for that kill shot on a more regular basis. I want to see that out of Cody a little bit more.
Well, another 5 from Everett Shore. He quickly builds a 4-point lead over Cody Yoakum.
All right, 5th row.
So a really nice showing here by Everett so far to start off this match. And Cody, still within this game. He's just got to start finding that 5 and 6 ring. It looks like that throw will help him out.
That might be a bullseye. We'll see what Jenny says.
4 Everett, bullseye, Cody.
It's a bullseye for Cody Yoakum, his first of the match. It gets him within 2, Bobby.
It does. And that's, again, capitalizing on your opponent's mistake. So the first time in this match that Everett throws a 4, Cody right there to capitalize with a bullseye. So really nice job by him.
Well, here we go in the second half. Everett Shore with a nice throw. That looks like a flush bullseye.
What a great response.
Bullseye, Everett.
And let's see what this is from Cody Yoakum. It's a 4. So just like that, the 2 points that Yoakum picked up on the 5th row go right back to Everett Shore to make it a 4-point game once again.
Well, the axe giveth and the axe taketh away, Joey. So nice job by Everett to make up those points. But unfortunately, that looks like that could be a 4, maybe a 5 if it's popping through on the top part of that blade there, Joey.
It's awfully close. Just need to see a little wood on both sides of the blade. And that's the case. It's a 5 for sure. So he's got a 5-point lead now with just 3 throws to go.
Yeah, really nice job. So for Everett, he's doing a great job of eliminating those force in his matchup. He's got that 1-4, and we might be in the territory where Cody starts thinking about that kill shot a little bit more. He's going to have to see how these next few throws
4-4.
play out. He definitely wanted to capitalize on Everett's 4 there, but
All right, throw number 9.
Well, Cody Yoakum stuck in the vortex right now. He's trailing by 5 with 2 throws to go. Not going to go for the kill shot yet.
yeah, and Everett with a 4-point lead. He's comfortable just to play the points on the board. Nice throw there by Cody. Looks like that's a 5 there for Everett.
5 Everett.
This could be a bullseye for Yoakum.
Bullseye
And
Cody.
it is a bullseye there for Cody. So 4-point lead.
All right, last throw. Everett's up by 4.
4-point game here. Everett Shore looking to put it away. Cody Yoakum not going to go for the kill shot here.
Again, that's one of those things I want to see him be a little more aggressive. Everett has thrown a 4 in this matchup. It's definitely possible. And unfortunately for Cody, yeah, that's a 4 there for Everett. If he would have gone for the
Cody.
kill shot there, he could have possibly
Sorry.
tied this
All
thing up.
Good game.
Instead, Everett Shore
45
gets
to
the
49
win,
Everett.
49-45.
Yeah, so a really nice job for Everett here to start off this match. I think that matchup with Casey to start off the night really kind of carried over into this matchup here. But 3 4s on his back end, that's something he probably wants to keep working on. But a really impressive score to 49 to improve his record to 2-7. And then as for Cody, as we've seen before, like he can compete with anybody in this league. I want him to be a little more aggressive with his throws, with his kill shot decisions. But don't be intimidated by that kill shot. Go for it. Don't be scared of it. And take advantage of it when you can.
Great job out of Everett Shore to shake off that loss to Casey Nines,
Yeah.
come right back out there and keep being the aggressor to get the win. 4 matches down, 4 more to go. Here on week number 3 of Battle Axe, we'll bring you all the action straight ahead. Stay tuned here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe here at the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. I'm Joey the Jaw alongside Bobby the Blade Bradford. It is week number 3 of a 7-week regular season leading up to the double elimination postseason tournament to crown a champion. It's been an exciting week thus far, and we've still got a lot more action to go. Nicole D'Onofrio looking to bounce back with a win here. She's going to take on her husband, Chris D'Onofrio.
So another classic husband-wife matchup here, Joey. Chris coming in at 8-0, Nicole at 5-4. Should be a good one.
These two, of course, play together all the time. They've got an axe throwing range back at home. This should be fun.
But Nicole starting off, it looks like that's a 3 there. So it looks like Chris, that could be a 5 there for Chris. So as we always talk about playing the top competitors in the league, 4s don't get the job done, Joey. And 3s definitely don't get them done. So not the start that Nicole wanted. Let's see how she rebounds on her second throw here.
She was really stuck in that vortex in her previous matchup earlier here today,
4 and bullseye.
and it cost her.
Well, she's moving in the right direction. That's a 4 there. But, again, off the mark, not really that close to that 5 and 6 ring like she's really started this season out, being really close to. Chris, of course, with the bullseye there. Should come as no surprise.
So in the blink of an eye, Chris D'Onofrio has a 4-point advantage over his wife,
There.
Nicole D'Onofrio.
That's a better throw there from Nicole. Even though that is a 4, it's getting closer and closer to that 5 and 6 ring.
4
And I don't think we have to tell Nicole that Chris is pretty good at throwing axes here. So she knows who she's up against.
And Bobby, as you've said so many times, it's if you're going to miss, you want to miss north and south.
Yeah.
Nicole D'Onofrio, she's getting closer.
She's honing it in. You can kind of tell. And that's what you really have to monitor going from throw to throw, Joey, is kind of see where you're missing, Not every 4 is equal to other 4s, and not every 5 is that far off from a bullseye. So
5.
as you can see there, Chris with that 5, not too far off there from a bullseye.
Well, Chris
All right,
D'Onofrio
flip throw. Chris is
leading
up
this
by
one
6.
22-16 after the first 4 throws.
So something that we rarely see from Chris is 4s, and I don't think we've ever seen a 3 from him, but he's definitely going to need some of those if Nicole's going to get back in this game. Nice job by Nicole to throw up consecutive 5s there.
And that's about as flush of a bullseye as you can throw for Chris D'Onofrio, his third of the match. He takes a 7-point lead into the second half.
Yeah, very picturesque bullseye there by Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio. That looks like a 5 there for Chris, and unfortunately for Nicole, that's not popping through in the top part of that blade. So it is a 4. But for her, she needs to remain aggressive. She's been aggressive with that kill shot. You know, if you can get those points on Chris, we know Chris is very deadly with the kill shot as well. But if you can get those points, maybe you can get back in this game.
And Chris looked a little disappointed by that 5. He's just such a competitor. Nice. He holds himself to the highest standards, and he bounces back right there with another flush bullseye.
Yeah, and as you can see right there, that's a dead center bullseye there. And, you know, Chris is an avid competitor. He's going to get a closer look at Nicole's even being up by 9. He wants to make sure that was actually a 5. So no love lost between the two.
As they say, the couple that throws axes together stays together.
Absolutely, Joey. So a nice throw there by Nicole. That looks like that could be a bullseye if it's popping through on the right-hand side. But ruled a 5.
So Chris D'Onofrio up by 9, and yes I was wondering when it was coming, and there it is. Chris D'Onofrio's going for a kill shot, and Nicole's going to go for it as well.
And I love this. Nicole, despite it being her first time throwing in the Battle Axe arena, Joey, she is not afraid of that kill shot. I love it.
Ooh,
even with that drop there.
Couldn't get it to stick.
Couldn't get it to stick, but I tell you, I think that's really going to pay dividends come tournament time.
Chris is up by 9.
Well, why not do it again?
Absolutely.
They're going to close this one out, trying to land a couple of kill shots.
You know, and even though the game is decided, if for nothing else, Joey, I mean, Nicole going for the kill shot here and hits it. Oh, Chris just with a
hit and miss.
Dagger throw there. But anyway, she could have, made it a 1-point game, to look nicer on the scoreboard. But nice job by Chris to nail the bullseye or nail the kill shot there.
Well, Chris D'Onofrio with a great round, and he ends it with an exclamation point, a kill shot to make it a round of 52. He takes down Nicole D'Onofrio 52-35.
Yeah, Chris with a really nice, impressive round here. No 4s on the board. He went for the kill shot on the 9th and the 10th throw, hit it on the 10th throw. And then for Nicole, we've seen it time and time again with competitors. They got stuck in that 3 and 4 techs a little bit too much. And when you're going up against caliber players such as Chris the Dagger, you can't have those on your board.
While Chris D'Onofrio is currently the only unbeaten this season, he's leading the way in the standings in terms of wins and points. Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw is the back-to-back defending champion. Who better to get throwing tips from than the Magic Man himself?
It's trying to find your anchor point. For me, it's everything about anchor point. You always want to start at the same position every single throw, because that anchor point is what starts everything. And if you can't find that anchor point, or if the anchor point's just not right, it'll throw things off downrange. So I think what Cody was trying to get at is if I can find that anchor point and get that set, then it's just repetition at that point. Because then once you've got that anchor point set and that's where you want it, then everything just follows through. But the problem is when that anchor point changes your release point. So either down an inch or up an inch or half an inch. I mean, as much as a quarter of an inch can throw it 2-3 inches down range. So there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made. And if you can hone those in, the better off you're going to be.
Well, we'll take him at his word. I think Matt the Magic Man knows what he's talking about.
He knows a little bit about throwing axes, and excited to see him in this next matchup.
Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, looking to become a 3-time champion this season. He's going to take on Hannah Brussel.
Well, and to Matt's point, Joey, when you're throwing axes, especially when you're watching at home, and if you haven't thrown axes before, it seems like the same motions over and over again. But really, there's so much to it. There's so many moving parts and so much repetition and muscle memory that's in play that you really do need to find those little keystones that you can really draw upon to kind of build your throw on.
And I wanted to clarify, Matt the Magic Man is already a 3-time champion. He's looking to make it 3 consecutive championships
Correct,
this
yes.
season.
This is a Jordan Chicago Bulls style dynasty that they're looking to build here at the Boston Axe throwing range.
The old three-peat.
The old three-peat. We haven't seen it here in Battle Axe yet. But again, so Hannah starting off this match with a couple 4s, Matt with a couple 5s. So although Hannah started off with a couple 4s, she's still in position. Those could definitely have been bullseyes there for Matt. She could find herself even in a larger hole. Oh, but that's just the kind of throw. Can't have those.
She's lucky it's a 4.
Yeah.
Only lost a point there.
Yep.
So it's a 3-point advantage for Bradshaw after the first 3 throws.
Yeah, as you can see, there was just that release point of Hannah was just a little bit too early. You can see there was just a little too much arc than her normal throw. That's getting a little back more on track there for Hannah. Although that is still a 4, she's missing again, north and south.
5, Matt.
Well, the Magic Man comes up just short of a bullseye. He can't quite get the bullseye to drop just yet.
Yeah, and for Hannah, even after 4 throws of
throw.
throwing 4
That's a big
consecutive 4s, if that's not enough 4s for you there, Joey, she's very lucky that this is only a 4-point game going into the 5th throw. Nice throw. Nice.
Bullseye and bullseye.
Well, great 5th throw there from Bradshaw and Brussel. A couple of bullseyes. It's a 4-point lead for the Magic Man heading into the second half.
Yeah, you can see there the release point from Happy Feet was much better on that throw. Unfortunately for her, Matt found his throw as well, unable to make up a point. And it looks like that's a 5 there for
Bullseye, Matt.
Hannah
5, Hannah.
and a bullseye there for Matt, the Magic Man. So he takes a 5-point lead, going into the 7th throw.
And he's got a shot at a unicorn here. That would be our first unicorn of the week.
That's true. We haven't seen a unicorn here tonight, Joey. Usually we get at least one per Battle Axe episode. Oh, and he's off the mark there, so
5, Matt.
no unicorns in this matchup so far. Still a possibility for both competitors, though.
A 6-point lead for the Magic Man with just 3 throws to go. You wonder if Happy Feet's going to start thinking about the kill shot.
Yeah, again, much like Cody Yoakum, we haven't seen Hannah go for a lot of kill shots in the match. She's shown that she's very good at going for them in sudden death. So again, like Cody, I'd like to see her go for the kill shot a little more
Nice throw.
in matches, just to try to get back into the match and maybe even just get a little more comfortable with the throw.
Well, speaking of the kill shot, the Magic Man is going for it. Hannah Brussel will not.
And in this position, I don't really blame her because like Matt's off the mark just a little bit. This is her only chance to really get back in the
Bullseye,
game.
Hannah. Miss Matt.
And indeed she does. Just like that, she gets a bullseye
Wow.
to tie the
All right,
game.
last throw. Tied up.
She's got a chance at a unicorn on her 10th throw. It is 43-43. Matt did not call for the kill shot. Although if he would, though, I really want Hannah to call for it just to go toe-to-toe with him. But, oh, and she can see it was a 4. It looks like that's a 5 there for Matt. So
5 and 4.
by the grace of Matt going for the kill shot on his 9th throw, left the door open there for Hannah.
47,
Hannah
Hannah,
unable to
48.
capitalize on it. Falling to Matt 48-47. What a game.
The Magic Man improving to 8-1 on the season. And once again, the kill shot makes for another thrilling finish.
Yeah, so Matt being aggressive, going for the kill shot, knowing that he had a substantial lead to at least kind of play around with some of the throws here. Went forward on the 9th throw, unable to capitalize, and kudos to Hannah for hitting the bullseye there to tie this thing up. But unfortunately for her, too many 4s in this matchup. We always talk about it, Joey. She hit a 4 on her 10th throw, and Matt 1 point more and comes out with the victory, 48-47.
Well, we've got much more Battle Axe still to come. After a great start to week number 6, we'll bring you much more action straight ahead. Stay tuned here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. It is week number 3 of a 7-week regular season to lead up to the double elimination postseason tournament to crown a champion. 6 matches down this week and just a couple more to go. We're going to bring them to you right now. I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby Bradford. It's time to throw some axes. Casey Laserwolf Nines going to take on Cody Yoakum.
Yeah, so we saw Casey Laserwolf Nines defeat Everett Mr. Kill Sure earlier tonight, Joey, and then Everett beat Cody in their matchup as well.
Nines off to a 7-2 start on the season.
Stop, Cody.
So it looks like that could be a 5 there popping through on the bottom side of the blade there.
I don't think you did. 5, Casey.
So rule to 5, so a couple of 5s to start the match.
It was close.
Very close to being a bullseye there.
Cody Yoakum coming in at 5-4 on the season. We saw him come up just a little short against Everett Shore
Nice.
earlier here today.
Really nice throw there by
4,
Casey.
Cody. Bullseye.
Flush bullseye. Cody holding onto the axe just a little bit too long there. It was a 4, but again, missing north to south, so always something that's more easily adjustable than missing left to right.
Casey Nines taking his time.
Nice bullseye there by
That's a
Cody.
5
4.
Casey?
Ruled a 5 there for Casey, so must have been popping through on the bottom hand side of that blade. A 1-point lead here for Casey going into the 4th throw.
Cody Yoakum looking to rebound after
Nice.
tough loss earlier, and he's starting to heat up here.
He really
Looks
is.
like another bullseye.
4? No. 5
Ooh,
Cody.
wow.
5 Casey.
So must not be popping through on that left-hand side of the blade there, Joey. Cody's going to get a closer look. Doesn't disagree. Doesn't ask for
All
a
right, 5th row.
second
Casey's up by
opinion.
1.
but very, very, very close to being a bullseye there.
5th row coming here in a 1-point game.
5 and 5.
Again, so a couple 5s there. So both competitors doing a really nice job of staying out of that vortex here, Joey. Although they haven't really found the bullseye there too much.
Mirror.
26-25 is the score. Casey leading going into the turn.
Green. Is
So
right
Laser
corner.
Wolf and Yoakum switch sides, and
Nice.
they start out the second half nicely.
Yeah, it looks like a 5 there for Casey.
And 5 Cody.
And another 5 there for Cody. Again, though, when you're getting stuck in the 5, we don't have a 5 text, we don't have a 5 ring for the terminology for that yet, Joey. But when you're throwing consistent 5s, you'll take that all day because
Yeah.
those 5s are going to turn into 6s really quick.
Not a bad place to be.
No.
That'll win you a lot of games here on Battle Axe, and they stay stuck in that 5 ring,
They
and
do.
it remains a 1-point lead for Nines. 3 throws to go now.
We'll have to get our writers on something to kind of figure out a terminology for the 5 ring here, but
I'm sure they're already working on it.
already. But unfortunately, they're getting into the vortex here, something we do have terminology for. But no ground gain, no ground loss, so 40-39. Casey up by 1 going into the 9th throw. Now the player calling for the kill shot, and I don't disagree with that decision here. Too close of a game.
4 and 4.
They're throwing too similar. So another couple
All
4s.
right.
Well, they have been trading points
Last
the
throw,
entire
Casey's up
second
by
half. So Casey Nines with a 1-point lead. It all comes down to this final throw.
Yeah, they might get a kill shot by going into sudden death. Casey with a nice throw there, and it looks like he's going to take the victory.
Bullseye, Casey.
And a bullseye there to cap it
All
off.
right, good game. 47 Cody.
Well,
50
Casey Laser Wolf Nines with a dagger on the final throw, a bullseye to get the win, 50-47.
Yeah, just a great game by both competitors. As you can see there, a total of 6 4s thrown in the game by both competitors. So doing a really nice job of living in that 5 and 6 ring. Again, like I said, Joey, those 5s turned into 6s sooner rather than later. But Casey with a nice bullseye there on the 10th throw to come out with the victory, 50-47. Casey improves his record to 8-2. Cody falls to 5-5.
But a little improvement here from Cody Yoakum since his previous matchup. Let's throw it down now to Cody to hear his thoughts about his throwing technique.
I've been trying a new throw of late. It's not working out well since that was my second loss of the night. I don't know. I'm going to keep on working on it. Honestly, I was really hoping that I fixed it. I came over, practiced a little bit, but I hoped I fixed it, but I guess I was wrong. Still needs work. Hopefully after tonight I'll be better at it, more practice at it, so why not?
Well, Stephanie Prine, she goes by Prime Time, and she's ready to come into her own here on Battle Axe. Here is Stephanie Prine with a message for Prime Time Nation.
Thanks for the love. It's fun. I appreciate it. It's funny when I run into people and they're like, oh, wait a minute, you look familiar to me. So that's always really fun. I like attention, clearly, so it's fun.
Stephanie Prime Time is a star,
Absolutely a star, and she has hordes of fans waiting to give her accolades.
and they're ready to make some noise here for her in the final matchup in week number 3. It's Stephanie Prine taking on Sarah Murray.
Well, as Stephanie was talking about in her first interview of the night, Joey, she's found that happy place. She knows she can't take this too seriously. And then by finding her own personality within the Battle Axe world, she's found an audience and a group of people that have loved cheering for her.
She came up just short earlier here today in a loss to Eric the Scope Shizzle It came down to a kill shot that the scope hit on the final throw.
Yeah, really nice job. A really nice matchup by both competitors. And as we've seen, Sarah, she started off her season a little slow here, Joey, but she is really starting to come on here in the last couple of weeks, starting to put up those numbers we're a little more used to seeing from Sarah.
That one gets away from Sarah just a little bit. It's a 2-point lead for Stephanie Prine. She throws another 5.
Yep, but Stephanie doing a nice job of living in that 5 ring, something she did a nice job of with versus Eric the Scope.
Sarah? 5, Stephanie?
And again, Sarah, that axe getting away from her just a little bit on 4 there, so a 3-point lead here for Stephanie Primetime Prime.
That's a great name.
Absolutely. Well, we always look for the fitting name, and Stephanie Primetime is about as fitting as you can get.
And the Prime Time Nation has packed into the Boston Axe throwing range here in Dubuque. They're ready to
All right,
erupt.
fifth throw,
Oh, man.
Stephanie's up by 3.
They always come with the full energy, the full, they bring a different feel to the match here, Joey.
Yeah, the noise can be deafening sometimes.
Absolutely. So, nice throw there by Stephanie.
For Sarah?
Ooh, so rule to 5. I want to get a little closer look at that. It looks like Primetime does as well. That looked pretty flush from our action cam here, Joey.
Jenny will get a closer look, and
That's
it's a bullseye for Stephanie Primetime. She takes a 5-point lead into the second half.
Yeah, so as you can see there, Primetime giving a little love to Primetime Nation. So, again, having fun. Love it.
Yep, the crowd loves it, and so do all the millions of people watching at home.
Oh, the axe getting away there from Sarah. Looks like a 4, and unfortunately, it is a drop there from Stephanie. Something that we have seen from her in the past has kind of crept back up this season, Joey. Wow.
Just like that, it's a 1-point game.
So
We'll see
if you are Stephanie, you got to hang your hat that you still have the 1-point lead. Really nice, aggressive throw there by Sarah.
Sarah.
Looks like a
For
5.
Stephanie.
So she ties this thing up 29-29 going into the 8th throw.
So it's all going to come down to the last few throws here between Stephanie Prine and Sarah Murray. We'll see if the kill shot comes into play.
Yeah, so for Stephanie, she just really wants to eliminate those drops from her match. She's doing a really nice job of getting closer and closer to that 5 and 6 ring, moving out of that vortex. But again, as can plague any competitor, those drops have kind of crept up at the most inopportune times. And you have to really battle back from those.
Tied at 33, 2 throws to go, and what
Wow.
a throw there
By both competitors.
from Murray, and we'll see if it's a bullseye for Prine. She comes up just a little short.
All right.
So
Last
Sarah
throw.
Murray
Sarah's
takes
up
the
by
lead.
1.
She's up by 1 with 1 throw to go.
Wow, and that was ever so close to being a bullseye there by Stephanie. The must not have been popping through the bottom-hand side of that blade. Coming down to the last throw.
Wow, we might be going to sudden death.
For
And
Sarah.
indeed we are. It's a 5 for
All right.
Stephanie Prine.
So you're tied at
Murray throws a
43.
4. It's 43 all. It's going to come down to a kill shot.
Wow, so just a great job by Stephanie coming back in this matchup, tying this thing up, going for the kill shot. I love it, man. This is great.
This is what Battle Axe is all about. Whoever gets closer to the kill shot or hits it wins.
Oh!
And how about that? Sarah
Nicely
Murray
done.
with ice in her veins.
Good.
A kill shot to complete the comeback. She gets the win over Stephanie Prine.
Yeah, just a great throw there. I mean, the match coming down to sudden death, that's always an exciting finish for any matchup, Joey. But, hey, kudos to Sarah. She overcame that 3 on her second throw, a number of 4s throughout the matchup. Took advantage of Stephanie's 0, or the drop that she threw. So a really nice job by Sarah to come back in this game. And then, of course, ice in her veins to hit that kill shot at the very end. And then for Stephanie, again, she knows that drop really hurt her game here. That's really what kind of determined the matchup. Otherwise, she was throwing a great game. Definitely something to build on. She falls to 6-4. Sarah improves to 5-4.
Yeah, and this shows why having a short memory in Battle Axe is so important. Sarah Murray obviously throwing that 3 on her second throw. She didn't let it get to her. She just kept hanging around, and then when the opportunity came, she took full advantage with that bullseye.
No doubt.
Let's take a look now at our post-game wrap-up here after week number 3. Here are the standings after 3 weeks of competition. Once again, it's Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio leading the way, a perfect 12-0 on the season, averaging 55.4 points per game.
Yeah, so Chris with a really impressive run here, 12-0, 665 points scored. But not far behind him is Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, only back 5 points, so that's how close the competition in this league is, followed by Casey Nines, Hannah Brussel, Cody Yoakum, Stephanie Brine, Sarah Murray, Eric Chisel, Everett Shearer, and Nicole D'Onofrio.
That is the top 10 here on Battle Axe, and that's going to do it for week number 3. For Bobby the Blade and our entire MC22 crew, I'm Joey Dania. We'll see you next time on Battle Axe.
Give it a minute.